Hey there, welcome to 4 Friday. If you are a salesperson or a business owner and you want to close more deals, this video is for you. If you don't know me, my name is Brian Conway, and as I said, this is 4 Friday, where I take 4 minutes on a Friday to share with you some sales tips, tactics, strategies, those sorts of things. Anyway, what I want to share with you today, I truly believe makes the difference between success and failure. And one of the reasons why I think a lot of salespeople do fail, if you get this wrong, it can make the difference between not only hitting target or exceeding target or missing quota and falling short all the time. And it's not a very specific tactic, it's something a little bit kind of more holistic, perhaps, if that's the right word. You see, when it comes to selling, we often focus a lot on ourselves. We focus on our product, we focus on the feature and functionality, we learn kind of objection handling techniques with specific answers, which is all about kind of us and our product and our service, etc. And we're starting to lose a little bit of focus on our customers. Now, this is a bit of a dichotomy in the world of sales because you're compensated on closing deals, which kind of creates this sort of more inward-looking focus sometimes, but we've got to let that go. I don't want you to get better at selling. I want you to get better at really knowing and understanding and caring about your prospective customers. Now, there's a real famous quote. I use this probably in every sales training class I've run for years and years and years, but it was interesting. I've been running some live stuff recently, and somebody in the audience actually shared this quote. They stole my thunder, but I didn't mind because I'm so passionate in the quote. And the quote is that customers, the people in general, do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay? They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you've got to demonstrate how much you care about your prospective customers. And if you're focusing on your product and service all the time, that's the wrong focus. You've got to focus on your customers. And this will help build trust. And obviously people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So it helps build a trusted relationship. It helps build rapport. And the thing about caring comes from here instead of here. So this means you've got to truly believe in the product or service that you sell. If you don't, you might want to think about getting another job. Difficult if it's your own business, but you might need to think then about how you go to market. But you've got to believe in what you're selling, and you've got to care so much about your customers that you believe that their lives are significantly worse off without the product or service that you sell. You've got to truly believe that you can help them grow revenue or reduce costs or mitigate risk or improve customer or employee satisfaction or whatever it might be. And that if they don't have the thing that you sell, they are missing out. And when you truly believe that and care so much about the success of your customer and the success or their personally or of the business, then that makes a big difference. And it makes a big difference, but in a very subtle way, because when you have that belief and that care and interest in your prospect, it comes across in the words, the tonality that you use, your body language, your eyes, you light up, and customers will see that. And not even consciously, it becomes a subconscious thing sometimes as well. But that passion, when it comes across, is transformative. That's all I can say. And all I can encourage you to do is to stop trying to sell and to really just focus on helping. Okay, make it like a crusade. Become an advocate for the thing that you sell because of the impact that it has on them. Think of it as you're on a mission, all right? And a mission comes from the heart, not from the pitch deck or whatever you might use, tools you might use to help you sell. So think about that. How do you get that message across, and do you truly believe it, and focus on your customers and helping them? And as I said, that shift in approach, without learning any more sales skills or learning any more about your product or service or your competition or the market or anything, can make a huge difference. And that's what I want you to take away from this week's 4 Friday. Okay, so a little kind of more about the psychology of selling, perhaps, rather than tips and tactics. So think about that. Please share your comments or thoughts in the comment box below, wherever you're watching this video. If you haven't seen it before, make sure you subscribe or follow or whatever, so that you see more of these videos as I release them each week. If you have any specific questions, again, feel free to ask, or subjects you'd like me to cover, feel free to ask. This is about, again, you. I care about your success. I've been in the world of sales for over 30 years, and I've seen I've seen a lot and experienced a lot of success, but also see a lot of failure. And there's more and more failure happening. Some of the statistics around people not hitting quota are now up into the 60s and 70% of professional salespeople not hitting sales quota. So something's missing, and I believe it's this inward focus rather than this true passion and care for the success of your clients. And when that comes across, as I said, you won't have to sell because customers will want to buy from you. All right, on that note, thanks for your time. I hope you have a great weekend. More importantly, a really successful week of selling next week. I'm Brian Conway. This has been 4 Minute Friday. Bye-bye.